everybody, it is Lady T, and I am back with the HBCU Wrap-up. As you know, I am repping Morgan State University as an alumna, but I am not repping it by myself. So, if you didn't already know, this interview is with somebody from my alma mater. It is he. I'm going to have him introduce himself because I'm telling you, it's going to be great. Can you introduce yourself to the people?
Greetings, people. My name is John Benson Denny, class of 2017 from the illustrious Morgan State University. I study public relations, advertising, and media sales, and I currently work in social media marketing for the University of Maryland Medical System.
We love to see it. All right, can I get some Morgan energy right this second? Like, they need to see what it's like when we come together, okay? Don't take no mess. All of that. Get mad in a minute. Stump you in your chest. Anyways. All right. Wait. We back. So, John, what was your experience at an HBCU like?
Oh, it saved my life. HBCU.
Really?
Going to the Morgan State University changed the entire trajectory of my life. Prior to enrolling at Morgan State, I was a cashier at Best Buy. I had no idea what my next steps were going to be. But Morgan State gave me a platform to be my best self, be the best version of myself, and I'm so grateful. Everything was perfect. I was a non-traditional student. I but I had the most traditional experience. I did it all. I did SGA. All of my really good friends are former Miss Morgans. It's just like I had a fabulous experience.
Absolutely. So you talked about the non-traditional to traditional. What made your experience non-traditional?
So fun secret. Oh my God, all of you guys are gonna say I'm so old, but I graduated high school in 2007, and I didn't go to Morgan until 2011, 2012.
Okay.
So here we are.
So how did that transition go with being such a non-traditional student? Because I think that's a thing.
So I think what the luxury of it all is that I was only like 3 years older than everybody, so I still wasn't like that far behind. Am I far behind? That was my struggle in college, trying to figure out I was far behind. I think that it was but it was a fabulous experience. I think I just got involved and I just tried to make it the best fit for myself. That's what college is all about, though, right? It's like
It
making
is.
regardless of where you're going. It's all about like the experience that you really want to curate. And Morgan gave me the opportunities to do so, like working with the president of the university, Dr. Wilson. Like I've had really great opportunities.
Absolutely. So with that, you speak so highly of Morgan State University. How did you and Morgan meet? How did Morgan get into your story?
So I'll be transparent and say this. So I was watching this
Always.
show on MTV called The Hills, right? And at this point, I'm still like 21, 22, and I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life. I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
what's next. And I saw this wonderful woman named Kelly Catrone, and she's the owner and CEO of this PR boutique PR agency called People's Revolution. And I was like, what is it going to take for me to be in the fashion industry? What is it going to take for me to be in the entertainment industry? And I was like, I need to go into PR. So I literally Googled PR degrees in Maryland, and Morgan came up. The very next day, I went and I enrolled, and it was a seamless process.
Let's
Because
go.
when God has a plan for you, it will just like fall in place.
Absolutely. So you were inspired by somebody on TV and just did your research, right?
Did my research, looked it up, was like, I saw the number, and I was like, how can I afford this? And I was like, I just need to ask questions. And God was literally just like, John, go to the office, and it's gonna be fine. And that's what I
Yeah.
did, and it worked out.
Yes, I love to hear it. So, there are so many traditions at historically black colleges and universities. What is one tradition at the illustrious Morgan State University that you got to experience?
I love the Promethean walk during freshman week.
Yeah.
What happens is that we all start at Murphy, and the upperclassmen are trying to blow out our candles, but it's symbolic of us to keep lighting each other up, or giving each other light to keep going, because we all need to make it over the Holmes Hall with our candles lit. So it's all about passing the flame, and the upperclassmen are trying to like give us like adversity in a symbolic way. That's one of my
Okay.
favorite traditions.
Okay.
That I love coordination was one of my favorite things. I love coordination.
Coordination is
And
nice.
yeah, so the Promethean walk and coordination were my two favorite traditions at Morgan State.
Absolutely. So, you talked about fitting in, right? So you're finding your place in your space within Morgan State University. What kind of things did you think it was important to get into that helped you to leave your footprint at Morgan?
So I am still from the era where it was not cool to be gay. I was like the first. I feel like I was one of the first like pioneers of LGBT community life on Morgan's campus. I for the era because after I graduated, it just seemed to be such a more accepting thing.
Yeah,
Like soul is popping now, so I feel like for my senior project, I did an entire campaign on how we really might create a more inclusive space on campus for people like me.
yeah.
So I think I did that.
Okay. Shout out to things that we did, trailblazing and things of that nature. What advice would John now give freshman John who is having and going through the non traditional way of going to college? What advice would you give freshman you?
I'm getting a little choked up now thinking about it because like it's interesting. I would say not to.
Think about it. Lady T is asking the questions, okay?
No, it's just I wonder like what I would say so much. I would say like I would remind him that he's good enough, you know, and
Yes.
that the that there are people telling him that he's not that he can that he I have professors tell that younger John that he would never work in communications, and now I'm leading communications for the entire state of Maryland. You know,
Yeah.
I've run communications and I've had commercials on TV through the health department. Like I would tell him not to give up and to keep going. I would tell him to be a little bit more serious though, also with his
Yeah.
craft. I think that we all get kind of caught up in like the popular kids got all caught up like in your we get caught up in like our social lives, but sometimes we kind of forget and get blurred around our craft. And I would say kind of like buckle down a little bit more. But yeah, no.
Absolutely. So I know that you speak really highly of Morgan State University. What is something that sets Morgan State apart from the other 105 historically black colleges and universities?
Lady T, we have listen.
Tell it.
We
Run
have
it
grown up
down.
into the world. We are the only HBCU recognized as a national treasure. We are. I think it was like what 2 or 3 times we were in Times Magazine for creating the most engineers, black engineers specifically. We were what was it 7-time MEAC champions back to back with for cheerleaders. Like what
Talk
else
your
have
talk.
what do you mean? We have we had the honorable Elijah Cummings on our board of regents. We have Doctor we had doc, oh, not Doctor what's his name? Jesus. He's coming to me. Kwesi Afume,
Mm.
who actually sitting in the seat that Congressman Cummings used to sit in now, and he's affiliated with Morgan. His wife was a former Miss Morgan, Dr. Tiffany Afume. We're exceptional. And we don't need celebrities at homecoming.
Yeah. There's that. There's that.
We've never like Morgan's homecoming is like nationally known, and it's like we've never needed celebrities to be that poppin' because we've always been that university.
Okay. So, knowing what you know now about historically black colleges and universities, if not Morgan, would you have chosen to go to any other HBCU?
Girl, no, I could not imagine going anywhere else.
Okay.
There's no university that pairs to it. Howard very much might have the pedigree. North Carolina A&T might have the size, but Morgan is a prominent research institution. It is a national treasure dubbed by President Barack Obama. Girl, ain't no better place in the world.
You hear me? So that was John Benton Denny. John, I want to say thank you for being my Morgan State representative. Guys, I'm telling you, it is black greatness, okay? Black excellence. I want you guys to take something from each one of these panelists. John talked about the richness of Morgan State University. He talked about the accolades of Morgan State University. But I say just take a look, research, visit, visit, right? So you've heard from a couple people that it wasn't until they touched the campus that they just knew it was home. So I hope that the HBCU wrap up allows you to spark a flame. Like I want the HBCU wrap up to spark a flame and for you to then do your research. So it is Lady T. It is the HBCU wrap up. I hope you got something from it. Don't forget to share this. Share this, like it, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you guys in the next time.